I always tell people not to discount the antique mall because there are often good deals to be had here, and sometimes for less than Goodwill prices. All right, well, it is a wet, rainy, dreary day here in Pennsylvania, but we are at Yesteryear Antiques in Hanover, Pennsylvania, and we're gonna do a little shopping today and see what we can find, buy, and flip for a profit. So here we go. All right, well, Goodwill did not work out for us today, so we are going to search the antique mall. And I always tell people not to discount the antique mall because there are often good deals to be had here, and sometimes for less than Goodwill prices. Look, these little angels are $1.50. This bird is only $1. $1.50. $5. Look at this cracked face Santa. $22. Where else are you going to find a cracked face Santa? Those are some nice vases, actually. My showcases. 30% off. So I'm assuming these are 30% off of $19 each. And I do kind of like those. I feel like they're worth picking up. Even though they're milk glass, they have some nice hand painting on them. And I think those are Westmoreland, right? Is that a W? Yes, it is. It's a W for Westmoreland. I think I'm going to grab those each because they are 30% off. If they weren't, I'd be a little bit more on the fence. But for 30% off, why not? The dish, too. The dish is only $12 plus 30% off. Kind of like this bird for $5. I think this might be for appetizers because it's got all those little holes. I think we'll grab that for $5. And then I really love this candy dish, but it's saying as found, which makes me a little nervous. It always makes me think, is there damage? Also, this is so nostalgic right here. I remember drinking out of these jelly jars when I was a kid. Let's look this over real carefully. I'm not actually seeing any damage on it. I'm wondering if they just said as found to cover themselves. Because there is a lot of potential for damage on this. I don't know, it's $14. It's a really pretty blue. Let me just check it over again. I don't know, am I missing something? You guys are probably screaming at the camera like, it's right there, Jocelyn. I don't know. I think I'm gonna grab it. $14. We're gonna take it. West Germany, Joshua Pottery. It's a butterfly. I like the green on that. There's a little bit of a chip there, but it's on the underside, so you can't really see it. For $12. Take it. This dog is super sweet. How much on that? $40. Mechanical puppy wind up. Alright. Let's see what else we can find over here. This is a marigold carnival glass. I don't usually pick up the marigold. I think that's more of a personal preference. I think the iridescence just isn't heavy enough for me. I like that real heavy iridescence where you can barely tell what color the base is. It's a really pretty vase for only $7. Orange blue 6-inch vase, Hong Kong. Looks a little bit more contemporary, so for that reason I'm going to leave it behind. That is probably German. This is Storks and Rushes? No. There's like a water lily pattern. What is that? As is. Water lily and cattails tumbler. As is. Oh, there's a chip on the base. I see it now. I always appreciate when a vendor puts as is. There are a few Blanco water bottles. Blanco has actually been really popular on knickknacks. I don't know why, but it seems to be selling very well. And even over on Whatnot, I have people popping into my sales and asking for Blinko. So I guess it's really hot right now. For those of you who are looking for stuff to resell, if you come across Blinko at the right price, I would scoop it up and list it. Now is the time. Now looks like it could be Blinko for $45.99. Amberina Crackle. See, that's my problem though. I never know for sure. I'm like, is it? Could it be? Maybe. I don't know. I probably need to take a closer look at the old catalogs. And of course, Laurel took my black light, so I don't know. I don't have it. I can't test it to see if it glows even. It's a really nice crackle regardless, but it's $45.99. I'm kind of on the fence about it. There's a little bit of Ned Folds. Oh, that one's Becky Mummer for $30. I might buy that for myself. I don't have a piece of Becky Mummer as much as I like it. It's just not practical for me to have like a fancy plate or anything, but a coffee mug, I would use that. So for $30, I think I'm going to buy myself a Becky Mummert coffee mug. This up here looks like McCoy Cascade. Yes, they have it as McCoy. And it is marked $35. I think that's probably right around retail, so that's probably not worth picking up. This is really neat. I love this. What is this? This is it's a Turtle Creek. This is the second time in the past week that I have come across a Turtle Creek Santa. I've never seen one before ever, but in the past week I've come across two. And they're very bizarre. I mean, just in terms of seeing the Eldrith and the BBP and Turtle Creek Santas. They're just kind of different. They're a little bit weird, but I like them. They're just a little weird. How much is it? $49. It's kind of a fairy light. It might be worth picking up. I might pick that up, but I'm going to hold on a second and check out the rest of the booth. This looks like BBP. I know because I have one. $29 on that. I found mine at Goodwill. Pretty proud of myself for that. There is some nice glass in here, and I think it might be worth investigating a little bit closer. So the tall one is $175. It's very large. It's a smoothie. It's 10% off. $175. That might be a little bit much, but this here is $85. I think that's a 6-petal. It's a 6-petal, right? Yeah, I think that's a 6-petal. $85 and 10% off. And then over here, $60. How much is that fairy light? $65, $60, $75. And then down there, $45. I think I'm gonna grab myself some glass. Now, whether this ever makes it for sale, I don't know. I might end up keeping it for myself for a minute. That's a really pretty vase. I love the mouth on that. The foot, it's so great. The fairy lights, those definitely can go. And wait, let's look at the price on that. Double Bluebird of Happiness. Only $14. Yes, we will definitely be selling that. Hey, look, there's two more over here. There's a $89 Amberina and a $39 milk glass. I think I'll pick up those two as well. This one. Ooh. Pass you that.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna do this.
Okay.
And then this. And possibly this.
Okay, come back.
All right.
Okay, but I can come back.
Right, so I added these items to the pile as well as that giant smoothie vase. I couldn't help myself. So there we go. Now back here, it appears that there are lots of toys. I don't usually come back here, so that's why it was kind of exciting to find all of those vases, because this is normally just toys and plushies and stuff I'm not really into. So that was kind of exciting. I was like, wait a second, maybe I should come back here more often. This is actually really neat. This is a Bluebird of Happiness with a vase attached. I don't think I've ever seen such a thing. And the attached vase is hand blown. It's $19. So Bluebirds of Happiness are pretty common. I find them a lot. I don't usually pick them up unless the price is right, but occasionally when I find a weird one that I've never seen before, like this, it's definitely worth picking up. I've never seen a Bluebird of Happiness with a vase attached. A hand blown one at that. It's like it's like formed in the glass. That is wild. I will take it. That is outstanding. That is an Amberina Moon and Stars compote. Very large size. Look at this. Compared to my hand. The biggest one I've ever seen. I really enjoy this booth. Oftentimes the prices are a little bit more than I can buy and flip for a profit, but I do enjoy this booth. Oh, there's some Blanco with the original sticker for $28. You can't deny that's Blanco. I don't even have to research it. I'm gonna grab that. I really love the looks of this elephant. It is glass and it is $11. Oh yeah! Here's these. You got it? I have a habit of juggling stuff. When Kate is with me, she always takes stuff from me.
You go with Kate. Kate was in earlier.
I know, I heard she was in. Yeah. It says Crystalluxus, made in Mexico. I really love the texture and the form of this, though. It's kind of like mid-century modern. And spoiler alert, that's the theme on knickknacks this week. I always say that, and then I get ahead of myself because by the time I post the video, that's last week's theme. But this week, the theme is mid-century modern. Who knows what the theme will be next week. But always be checking in. I keep losing the tag on this, but I better get that up front. This is really cute. I've never seen this before. This is a dog on a nest. It's Boyd. Yep, there's a bee on the inside. $23. I've never seen a doggy before. I kind of like him. Now I'm checking out these vases. We've got $39 on that. $69. Makes me feel a little bit better about all those vases I just bought because they were a little bit bigger, and I spent about that. Usually I go by size and how much I spend. I'm probably going to keep the smoothie for myself, though. I had to think about it, and I was like, you know what? I'm not going to get a better deal than that in this current price market. And honestly, I never know if it's going to go back down. I think it's probably leveled out. The glory days of buying sunglass vases for $30 is over. This is $27 and $39 on the back one. That is bizarre and has a little toes sticking out. That's Boyd glass too. I'll have to do some research on Boyd glass and figure out which forms are worth the most money. I've never really delved into it. I know it's more contemporary, so I've just never really been all that into it. But I'm finding it more and more. Like, I think this is Boyd. It is Boyd, a little cupie. Boyd elephant. It's everywhere. I like the design on that piece. What is that? That is made in Portugal. The florals are really pretty. There's a little bit of crazing on it. It says hand painted. How much is that? It's like $8. Oh my goodness. I think I might grab that for $8 as long as there's no damage to it. Oh, and it's maybe 15% off. 15% off everything except marked firm, and I did not see a firm on that. This is really cute. I feel like I've found a piece similar to this in the past. That was like a medallion and Goodwill. This is a purple vase. Let's see if there's a marking on the bottom. Tell Flora gift. I wonder if that dragonfly is original to the vase or if that's just an add-on. I don't know. It's kind of cool though. There is some Sidden Stricker. I feel like we looked at that the last time we were in this booth. We are looking at it again. I found that when I return to these antique malls, I have a tendency to look at the same thing over and over again. I think I'm just drawn to the same stuff. This is kind of cool. This looks like maybe BBP. It's actually rope pottery. That is a salt glaze. I absolutely love all of the Fenton in this booth here. That piece in the back is really pretty. That plum opalescent for $55. That is just gorgeous. And then over here, this is a Fenton Diamond Swung Orange Vintage. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that. It does look like there might be a crack on the back of it though, which is kind of a shame. Some pretty neat stuff in here. This is the booth that also has all of the Jim Shore, some really neat Jim Shore, Disney, and all sorts of odds and ends. So here's a collection of cat shoes. Like I've asked recently, what are cat shoes? I guess most people call them slippers. They are Fenton. I call them cat shoes just because they have this figural cat coming out of them on the front, and so I just have gotten used to calling them cat shoes. I don't think that's actually what they're called. They're $12, and I don't see a discount on this, but I might grab this blue opalescent and the green cat shoe. Gosh, whatever that is, it's very loud. I don't know if it's thunder or what's going on. I think it's a little too cold for a thunderstorm. But I think I'm going to grab these. I think I'm going to grab the 2 of those. And then we're going to keep going. I just have this one last aisle to go. Oh, look, 20% off. So that's exciting. This case right here has some really great fairy lights in there. 79, 69, 125, and 70. Looks like they are 20% off. Not really sure that I can do that on those fairy lights. But there are some really great pieces in there. I also love these cats. 39 as found for the pair. Kind of like the looks of that apothecary jar for 25, but that picture is only $12. So I'm going to grab it with my one free finger. We're going to take it with us for only $12 and hope that the handle doesn't break off. I'm kind of obsessed with this fish. $36.95. It looks kind of like a Ken Edwards, is it? There's some sort of Randi. E-R-A-N-D-I is the marking on that. It's $36.95 firm. It's a really well done fish. I don't know. I think I might grab it for that price. Feeling a little crazy. I think I might do it. It's kind of like, but also, I really love it. I think I'm gonna buy the fish. That is pretty great. Ooh, knocking stuff over. It kind of looks like South Carolina sweetgrass basket. Sweetgrass, unusual shape, $80. There's no signature on the bottom. I'm always hesitant when there's no signature. It's really cool, but it's also $80. So I don't know if I want to take a chance on it without a signature. Now this is JB007, and I did just realize that 40% off JB007. That might be tempting. I think I'm gonna grab that. I don't know if that's a pine cone basket or if it's a sweetgrass basket. You guys can let me know in the comments what your thoughts are. I feel like the artisans that make the sweetgrass baskets usually sign them. Without a signature, I wouldn't know how to attribute it. But in any case, it's a really nicely made basket. All right, well, my total spend today was $1,050. I think that the vases definitely put me over, but I'm very excited about those vases. I'm probably going to hold on to the very large Amberina persimmon smoothie, the tall one, tallest one. The others I will likely sell on Whatnot. I think I'm going to sell them on January 28th. That is the day that I am planning to have my anniversary sale. I'm going to have a big anniversary sale, my 1-year anniversary here on Whatnot. So hopefully you guys can tune in. It's a Sunday. It'll be at my usual Sunday 6 p.m. time slot, and I'll probably be letting some of those vases go. So make sure you bookmark it. I'll maybe put a link down in the description for you guys, and I'll be posting more about it throughout the next couple weeks. But I think it's going to be a good time, and I'll put some of those vases up for grabs. So I'm going to get out of here now. I'm going to head on home, and I will see all of you tomorrow. So.